Mepham. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Weather's been good.
Weather's been excellent.
Corinthians have got their trophy, and yeah, we're getting there.
Emotional day today?
Yeah, it was, because I've been there a long time. I still remember walking through Nobles Park in 1977 when someone stopped me and said, "Do you play football?" Yes, and I've been there ever since. And a club that I've worked hard to achieve. When you look at the history books, it'll be predominantly Russian, Peel, St Mary's, St George's. But Corinthians over the last 3 or 4 seasons have worked really hard. It's a very young team, so congratulations to all the players, to everyone involved in the club. It's just a great day for them, and it's been a great season because the women have won the double, possibly the treble. The combination team got their league title, and there's still 2 trophies to go for. So we're not looking at them at the moment. We'll enjoy tonight, and I'm pretty certain that a few of the players will wake up tomorrow a little bit sore with sore heads.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, a hugely successful season for Corinthians and across the board, really.
Well, it is, and the women have always done well. They've always chipped away. There's a lot of players been there for a long time now. And when you look at Jay Burden, I think she's, well, I don't want to be cruel to her. I think she's about 30.
Don't go into age.
Yeah, and it looks as if she's been around forever and still is one of the top players on the Isle of Man. Sorry about that. But
Is this the 8th year in or the 8th
eighth
year
title?
Yes.
Yeah.
So making them the most successful female football team in the island.
Yeah, in the Isle of Man, and it's really good. And when you look at Peel, Douglas Royal, Corinthians, they're all sort of there or thereabouts. And I'm pretty certain the FA Cup, because Peel play Corinthians in that, Peel will have something to say. But no, I think when you look round at some clubs, and we'll bring Mo into it later on, he's at the other end of the spectrum where they're rebuilding again at Pulrose. But Corinthians have got a really good team there, and once again Sean Doyle today, a couple of goals from him, Steve Whitley as well. And when you look at the others around, you can understand why they've remained unbeaten all season. They played 24, won 23 and drew 1.
Fantastic stuff. Well, you did just mention the goal scorers for the Corinthians St George's match. Would you like to elaborate a bit more, or shall we move on to the other?
No, it's good to give St George's a mention as well, because it wasn't all about Corinthians, because Sean's 2 of his goals were penalties. Steve Whitley scored an absolute peach. Luke Murray with a super ball through to Steve, and he just, when the pressure's on to come up with an exquisite finish, he got it today again, where he chipped it over the goalkeeper. But Ben Wazza scored a belter for St George's. St George's had their chances, my word they did, and Corinthians didn't have it all their own way. But St George's again, the young players are coming through, and they'll be a force to be reckoned with next season. But 3-1, done it in style, got the trophy, and the boys are out celebrating already.
Excellent stuff. Then also the only other game in the Prem, we had Moran 1, Douglas Old Boys 1. So was it an exciting draw, or was it a bit of a lame draw?
I'm not too sure if it was exciting, but it was a real special occasion for one young man, Jack Townsend. You'll remember about 8 months ago, Jack flew away in the afternoon to a special brain unit in England to deal with a massive problem that Jack had, and it was touch and go whether he'd survive. And they managed to sort out the problem in his brain. It's still a little bit more work to be done, but hopefully Jack will be back soon playing football. But today, right on kick-off, they put Jack in a kit. Jack kicked the ball, and then obviously health reasons he had to go off, because he's still protection on his skull, because they've still got some more work to do. But fair play to him, because I was working with him the day that he flew away, and at 1 o'clock he was so happy. See you soon, I'm going to the gym. And by 4:30 he's in a unit in Liverpool. So credit to everybody in Liverpool. Well done to all the family. Well done to Jack. We'll see you soon, Jack, back at work. But today was a special day for him, and well done to Douglas High School Old Boys and Moran for making it an occasion for him to remember, and all his family there as well, because they've raised nearly £20,000 on Just Giving, which is incredible. But today, Robbie Ward, player manager, led by example, he got 1, but Moran took the lead. Haven't got their goal scorer, but 1-1, end of season sort of thing, points shared, and probably the best result for both teams, because they've had a bit of a struggle towards the end, but they managed to get enough points to stay into the league for next season.
Fantastic stuff, and yes, huge well done and best wishes to Jack.
Definitely.
Moving on to JCK Div 2, we have Michael 1, Castletown 5.
And haven't got Michael's goal scorer, but usual suspects here for Castletown, or certainly for Alex Crawley. He got a hat-trick, and Tom Moore got the other 2. So Castletown on a bit of a roll at the moment. Great result last week against Colby, and a super performance today against Michael.
Then we have Douglas and District 2, Governors Athletic 0.
Yeah, we knew this was going to be tight. 0-0 at half time, 2-0 at the end. Daniel Stewart Clegg with one for D&D, and Luke Callister holding his nerve to score from the penalty spot to make it a 2-0 win.
Dominating win by Onken. In the next match, we have Onken 7, Jims 1.
Yeah, if you look at the league tables in this one, Onken had to win by 7 clear goals to be given the opportunity of maybe getting promoted, but Pulrose were playing against Ramsey Youth Centre, so Ramsey Youth Centre were in the driving seat in that second spot. But they had a real good go at it, but it hasn't happened for them. Haven't got Jim's goal scorer, but for Onken, Joe Rees got 4, Connor Dawson got 1, Barry English got the other, and Aaron Raby completed the scoring there for Onken. Good try. They've got the cup to go for, the FA Cup, and well done to them. They've had a really good outing and a lot of good players in there, and hopefully they'll go one step further and get promoted next season.
It's a solid effort today. And then finally we have Pulrose 1, Ramsey 9.
And well done to Ramsey Youth Centre. I don't know, I haven't looked back in the history books when the last time Ramsey Youth Centre were in the top flight. They've been in Division 1 before, but I don't think they've ever played in the Premier League. So they've got their chance next season. Graham Kennish with 3 today. Stephen Gross got 2. Herty Nick Hurt got 2, and Stephen Barber. 9-1 it finished, and I'll bring Mo in because Mo's the manager of Pulrose, and he's going to do the Paul, or chairman I should say. Mo's going to do the draw for the Paul Henry later on. How good Ramsey Youth Centre today? Worthy of the promotion?
Yeah, they're very good. We've been lucky since the lockdown to play all the top teams, and you've got Onken, Foxdale, Maloo and Youth Centre, and it's a high standard. They do play nice football, and when you've got a team with Nick Hurt, and it's just his presence being there. His brain's ahead of everybody else, and it was a good game. But we did give them a game. We made them work, and we had our chances, and it is what it is. Yeah. We give our best as we have every week, and we've been kind of beaten by the top teams by the same score, which is good for us because we've never been hammered. It's always been like 8, 9, 10, and 11 against the top 4 teams since we come back. So we just got to take it.
It's been a tough season for you.
Oh,
the records will
it's
say
been worse and tough,
24.
but the players have been absolutely unbelievable. We can sit and say, what we've done and all that, and we're rebuilding. It's going to take longer than the promenade, unfortunately. And but we have got a good committee, and when you turn up on a Saturday, it doesn't feel like a bottom second division team because it's so well organised and everybody works so hard. And I've got to mention Kevin Cowan. He's been a godsend since he's come back. His heart's in the club, and we get hammered midweek, but he still turns up on the Saturday, and he's still got the energy and the enthusiasm and the players. It's been hard for them, and it's up to us as a committee in the club now that, the players, if they want to come to Pulrose, to come and think, yeah, we're going to give it a chance. They're a good club, and that's us still up now because we owe it to the players what have had to put up what they have this year. So that's our goal this year.
I wish you well in that one, and let's hope that you have 2 teams in. But Ramsey Youth Centre go up, and well done to Youthy.
Congratulations to Ramsey. In Combi 1, the Ramsey St George's game, that's been postponed, and then we had hat-tricks galore in Russian versus Moran. It was Russian 12, Moran 0. Yeah,
I watched Russian midweek, and they played really well against the top side in Corinthians. But Jordan Watterson with a hat-trick today. Pat Venus got 3. Jamie Cadwallader got a hat-trick as well. Nigel Moody Andy Moody got a couple of goals and missed a penalty. So the Moods didn't sort of hold his nerve there. He could have completed 4 hat-tricks in the team, but Chris Shimon got the other goal there for Russian.
And then finally in Combi 1 we have Laxey 2, Douglas Old Boys 1.
Yeah, just checking on this score because I've got Chris Asbridge as a goal scorer, just 1, but Laxey won 2, so we're trying to find out on that one. But it was 2-1 to somebody, and Chris Asbridge scored a goal, so I just wonder if that should be the other way. Old Boys 2, Laxey 1, but we'll get that one checked.
If you do happen to have the know-how, text in 166 177. And then finally in Combi 2, the only match was, it looks pretty exciting by the looks of it, Foxdale 3, Douglas and District 3.
Yeah, and it was 1-1 at half-time, 3-3 at the end. Mark Quirk with 1, Sean Jones and Matt Gregg, and I've got here a 40-yard equaliser, first goal in 9 years for his club. So
and
I think
the chap who did call did specify that he hadn't just been sat around for 9 years not playing football. He's been away to uni, so I'm sure he has scored goals.
Yep.
Just not for the club.
Well done to him, but 9 years is a long wait for it, and education's more important. But D&D, that's a good result against a reasonable Foxdale side, and unfortunately today D&D have got in there. Mark Quirks played first team, so good experience in there. But 1-1 at half time, 3-3 at the end. Good game.
And then the only other games were Jims versus Onken and Malou versus Michael, and those two have been postponed.
Yep.
Now, Mo is still with us.
Yep.
And we are doing a cup draw, the Paul Henry Cup draw. Can you just explain to people what this is for?
Well, the Paul Henry Gold Cup is for the top 4 of Division 2 at the end of the season. It's always a bit of a rush to get in. And Paul Henry couldn't make the draw. So Mo's a good buddy of his, and they're both connected with Pulrose Football Club. So I just said to Paul, can I bring Mo up? He said, no problem. And as you can see, Mo's got a mind of information. So please put the players out of their misery, because 3 of these teams have got byes next Saturday in the ECAP FA Cup. So we're going to be able to get one game on. We've got in the hatch, we've got Ramsey Youth Centre, Onken, Malou and Union Mills. So Mo, if you could do the draw, please.
Right.
You need a drum roll.
Number 4
Number 4 is a home tie for Union Mills.
versus number 2.
Number 2 is Onken. So it's Union Mills will play Onken.
Number 1
Number 1, Malou, Clafane.
versus number 3.
Number
I
3.
take it Pulrose have got a buy in this, have they?
Yeah, just. So the draw for the Paul Henry Gold Cup is Union Mills against Onken and Malou against Ramsey Youth Centre. Now, the one game we can get out of the way next Saturday will be the Malou v Ramsey Youth Centre, because 3 of those clubs got pies. We'll have to wait for Union Mills against Onken. But if you like, the 2 promoted sides, Union Mills and Ramsey Youth Centre, have been